Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Tales of Zestiria the X, which is the actual anime adaptation of the video game series Tales of Zestiria. Now, I think everyone could say this. I think everyone was super hyped up for this adaptation. I thought there were going to be some great things about it, and of course, Ufotable is the ones doing it. So, with Ufotable doing Fate Zero and stuff like that, you knew the animation was going to be spectacular, and the story was, of course, great on Fate Zero too. So it was in good hands when it was announced that they were the ones, taking the helm for this. And what we end up getting for episode 1, awesomeness. Really just pure awesomeness. Now, if you're a follower of the games and you actually beat the games and stuff like that, know that this is already looks like it's going to be a slightly different adaptation from the game. It's not going to be per se exactly bit by bit the game stuff, which I was worried about originally, and I'm glad to see they're not doing. Now, anyways, we start off with introducing our first female protagonist here, Alicia. Now, Alicia is actually a princess for a kingdom, and she is investigating something that's strange that's going on. Now, the next scene, I really wasn't necessary, but it's actually one of her town that she lives in, the city that she lives in, and honestly, you can see the animation right here. I mean, this is why I had to put this in there. The animation here is spectacular. I mean, just look at that nice waterfall right there. Oh, it looks so beautiful. This whole thing, the whole town looked beautiful. I could have put like 30 images up of the town, but I'm not going to do that, of course. Now, what we learn is that there's a weird kind of mist slash rain, it looks like, that it's appearing in the distance over a town called Grill, excuse me. I'm sorry, I said Grim. It's called Grill. And people are wondering, what is this weird kind of mist thing? Is this, dangerous? What is it? Is a storm coming? Something like that? So we have Alicia and her, actual knights decided, you know what? Let's go investigate, see what's going on. So they go out. Now, midway through, they are attacked by a bunch of bandits. And these bandits, another great thing, this fight scene was amazing. Oh my god. Like, I'll tell you, man, Ufotable does some of the best work when it comes to fight scenes. I mean, just look at Fate Zero. Fate Zero had some amazing fights. I mean, hell, my opening part of that is from Fate Zero, which is like, I think, episode 11 of the second season. But when the fight finishes and, our actual crew of knights is actually successful and able to stop them, we see our first main enemy. I'm not going to give away his name because it wasn't given away per se, but he's one of the first big enemies of this whole thing. I mean, in the game, he's one of the big first enemies. In the story, he's going to be one of the longer running enemies too. I'll tell you that right now. Now, we do have them finally reaching where there are two people. One is Alicia's friend, who's investigating ruins that are apparently over in this area where this giant mist is appearing. And lo and behold, the mist is getting stronger to the point that it's creating this giant tornado. And we also learn that the professor that was introduced, the one that was looking at the actual mist in the telescope in the very early on parts of the story, he was down below in the actual ravine. So who knows what happened to him per se, but we do see in later scenes that most likely he was taken by some strange force. Does that mean he's dead? Does it mean he's alive? I don't know. He's actually a character that was not introduced in the actual video game, so definitely something different. I'm looking forward to see how they take that and what they do with that. Now, skipping ahead, after a lot of this devastation by this giant tornado, Alicia's left alone. Every one of her comrades has been taken up by the giant tornado, or either thrown away or killed. And she then goes back to the town that she actually went through at one point to get to the actual mist, and sees it's been just destroyed and devastated. And when hope reigns that there's one person, which is actually this girl that she met on her travels early on, who comes up and she's like still alive. Alicia's very happy, only have the mist then take her, leaving Alicia in a really distraught, state. And we hear some nice narration that's going to definitely show that this show is going to be pretty interesting. I'm assuming it's going to pull a Fate Zero in terms of how dark it's going to be at certain points. Now, like I said, they're not doing an exact clone of the game, which is really cool. So a lot of these characters that were introduced, like the knights and stuff like that, despite their having a small role, they were not per se in the actual game. I never even saw them, so it's definitely interesting there. I mean, there are various other characters that were introduced, that like Moltran. She's actually, Alicia's mentor slash advisor. She actually was introduced in the game, and I know the people that play the game know what her role is ultimately, but I'm not going to say what her role is because I don't want to spoil it for you guys and girls. I have a feeling this is going to be one of the great animes of the summer season, so definitely keep coming back with me to see how I feel of the show, and definitely keep watching it. Anyways, guys and girls, I will talk to you all later. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share button, the whole nine. I will talk to you later again, like I just said 2 seconds ago, because I said it. Bye bye, everyone.
You